and welcome along to the Sports Express Show. Thank you very much for being with us today. We're just going to look back now at the Formula One that happened this past weekend. It was, of course, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in Baku. And tell you what a race, my son. What a race.
Look,
what a Grand Prix we had.
We needed that Grand Prix. We needed
to revive the sport, to be honest.
To revive the sport, and also coming off that snooze fest, that cute flipping track called Monaco. We needed that last bit of action within the race, and boy, did we get some action.
Absolute madness. Max Verstappen was leading for, I would even say 95% of the race.
Yes.
Because it was only 3 laps left, and then the tires went off, or one tire went off, and then heartbreak for him. And heartbreak for Red Bull, but there was redemption at the end, obviously.
Look, I think it was a heartbreak for everyone of the sport, to be honest with you. Even myself, I was happy to see him go out, but when I realized the way he went out, I was like, no, not even me. I'm not even happy about that. So I really felt heartbreak for him. I was like, he can go out, but not like this. Not like this. Maybe being overtaken, but to be honest with you, he managed that race like a pro. You can actually see his growth and the way that he's taken in advice from people and how he's applying that advice through races, because Max was always impatient. Max was always pedal to the metal all the time, but now he's been patient lately, and it's paying dividends, as you can see from the management of that race. All he had to do was just finish, but something with the Pirelli tires,
and it was the second time in the race as well. Lance Stroll was the first one to go out.
It was the second time with the same tire, back left, the rear left, that just went out. It just capitulated. It happened with Lance Stroll. He had a crash. Thank God he was safe. And it happened to Verstappen as well, and he was safe as well. But at the end of the day, it really cost them. Well, at that moment, we thought it cost them, especially in the leadership, in the championship board. But
obviously, the race was red flagged.
Right?
We had a huge stop.
A long stop.
A very long stop.
God damn it, bro.
I was like, are we even going to continue racing?
Exactly, because there was a point where we were like,
is this even it's getting dark as well.
Exactly.
So it was red flagged. It had to stop, a lengthy stop. And then we had that restart. The legendary restart where Mr. Lewis Hamilton.
It was a legendary for me.
Lewis Hamilton. Obviously, it was going to be a huge stroke of luck for him to finish first in that race, given what happened to Max Verstappen. But I guess the Formula One gods were like, not this way, my son. You're going to go straight. You ain't turning left. And then there goes Lewis Hamilton. He couldn't control his car, had a problem with his car, couldn't turn left. And in comes Sergio Perez to grab the win.
Okay, let's paint a picture here. The crash happens. There's a lengthy stop. There are many permutations during that time in terms of people, all of them bar one, changed their tires. Sebastian Vettel, because he didn't qualify, or didn't qualify to qualify in the second qualification, he had fresher mediums on, which means he had the faster tire and they were not as degraded, which means he was right behind Lewis Hamilton, which means his car was fresher, right? And then you had Checo, who you could see if they were to get closer, Lewis Hamilton would have passed him. There was all these things brewing, right? And as soon as the lights went off to go, first before that, I saw Lewis Hamilton's brakes like smoke, and I don't want to lie to you, I was worried. I was worried, but I was like, look, this is not the first time we've seen this before, and he's managed to, get the goods at the end of the day. So I was like, I'm worried, but it's Lewis Hamilton. Okay, let me just chill. Surely he knows what he's doing. I mean, come on, 7-time world champion. So anyway, lights go out, gone. I was like, in my mind, I'm like, it's Lewis Hamilton. He's the best off the line. I don't care what anybody says. Watch all of his races. He's the best off the line. And he was through. I was so happy. And then he just went straight. you know that clip. Watch Twitter, Instagram. There's a clip of Total Wolf where he's like, yeah, and then he's like, no. Everybody at that moment who's a Mercedes fan, who is a Lewis Hamilton fan, was exactly like that. I was like, yeah, and then he just went straight like, what the fudge happened?
Yeah.
But then, switching to Checo, what a race.
What a race.
What a race. Even before that, the way he was managing Lewis Hamilton, the way he was, keeping him frustrated. At times, Lewis Hamilton was getting close to Checo to pass him, but
He even said it at some time that he can't catch these guys.
yes, exactly. And Checo, what a race. For me, in that race, I don't wanna lie. I know Sebastian Vettel was the driver of the day, but the way Checo drove was absolutely outstanding. And like you said earlier on, redemption for Red Bull.
I mean, after what happened to Max, they had to get something, and obviously now it gives us a very interesting take or picture in terms of the championship race between Red Bull and Mercedes, and also Verstappen and Hamilton, because both of them didn't get points this past weekend, and Red Bull have won the last 2 Grand Prix now.
Yes.
So are we seeing a much better competition for Mercedes this season? Do you think there might be a shift that's happening right now?
We're seeing great competition, not only for Mercedes, but for Formula One as a whole, because we cannot ignore AlphaTauri, Pierre Gasly, number 3, son. We cannot ignore Ferrari coming through, that nail-biting fight between Leclerc and Pierre Gasly. So these teams have made a great improvement, and I think it's a great result for the sport as a whole, bringing competition to Mercedes. Is it a change of the guard? It's quite possible that it is. And you know what? I welcome it, because this is an unfamiliar situation for Lewis Hamilton, where he's gonna have to dig deep for that first world championship
and Mercedes,
in
to be
metal.
honest, as
Exactly. Well. They have to dig deep to get back at the top, and I feel that it's wonderful.
It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful, and it's going to be very interesting to see now the next race.
Yes,
that's going to be coming up, because I feel like Mercedes wouldn't want to lose for the 3rd time in a row.
No.
To Red Bull in terms of the points gained on the weekend, and also their drivers gaining the points.
Yeah, they wouldn't want that, because then the pendulum swings heavily to Red Bull, and now you play
That'll
catch
be a massive
up.
statement.
It would, and I feel that Red Bull, honestly speaking, I feel like they have a much better car than last year, and I do feel actually they have a better car out of the whole grid. But this is unfamiliar territory for Mercedes. How will they respond? Because when it was previous seasons, it was always like driver error. It wasn't about the car. It was driver error, or something happened that made the drivers not finish. But this time it's inclusive of the car. I don't know what
team.
And the team.
With mistakes within the team.
I don't know whether it's the new engine. I don't know whether it's Pirelli is supplying the new compound that nobody actually likes. But there's little ingredients here and there that's affecting Mercedes. And this is, for me, I don't want to lie, it's actually exciting for me to see how Mercedes will respond. And all I can say is just stay tuned.
Waiting for the next one, man.
Waiting for the next one, guys. You know how it is, Lewis Hamilton to die like you. But anyway, guys, thank you again for tuning in. Catch us again next week, and have a glorious, glorious weekend. Until next time, peace.